So hello everyone. Welcome to this exclusive webinar on HDFC Limited's Badhte Kadam Scholarship 2021-22. Today we have a very special guest with us, Ms. Zia Lalkaka, CEO of HT Parekh Foundation. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. We also have with us Mr. Ashish Jha, Chief Content Strategist at Buddy for Study, along with Mr. Nipun Grover, Project Lead at Buddy for Study. So welcome all of you. Mr. Ashish will now be taking forward the discussion on this wonderful scholarship opportunity. So over to you, sir.
Thank you, Varalika. Welcome everybody, all the students who are watching this program live, and we are here going to discuss and tell you about a very new scholarship program that we have launched with HDFC Limited. Buddy for Study is hosting the application form of this program. This program is is for those students who are affected by or who are facing financial problems due to COVID-related problems in their families, right? To just discuss about this scholarship program and to share broad vision behind this scholarship program, we have with us Ms. Zia Lalkaka, as Varalika has already introduced. So quickly going to Ms. Zia. So ma'am, we just wanted to understand what is the thought behind launching this scholarship program at this point in time.
Hi Ashish, thank you for this. I think before I kind of put my thoughts on that, I just wanted to spend a couple of minutes to explain the whole ethos and background of what HDFC is about and what we stand for, because there's a close link to what we do at the foundation and what HDFC was started off as 44 years ago as a housing finance company. So as everybody is aware, Housing Development Finance Corporation Limited, which we all know as HDFC, was started by Mr. H.T. Parekh when he actually retired 44 years ago in 1978, because he wanted to, at that point in time, there was no institutional finance available for an Indian to own their home during their working life. And so most people used all their retirement savings and kind of, bought a house when they retired, and there was no institutional mechanism to offer middle-class Indians, the joy of owning a home. And so with this very social purpose, HDFC Limited was born in 1978. We are now in our 44th year, and we have supported 8.8 million Indians to own their home. Over time, we became a big financial services conglomerate. So we started a bank, which is HDFC Bank. We went into insurance and asset management, and we education loans, private equity. And, we built this entire financial services conglomerate so that we essentially, HDFC Limited is the parent company, which is the largest housing finance company in the country. I think the last legal kind of entity which came into our group was the HT Parekh Foundation, which was started in 2012, which was the birth centenary of Mr. HT Parekh. And our three core focus areas are education, healthcare, and we work on livelihoods and also to some extent on disability. Now, just to backtrack on your question on why we started this, Ashish, if you go back to early 2020, when COVID just broke out last year, during the first wave, what we saw was that the pandemic was not just a health crisis, but it was also an economic crisis. And we saw that, there were multiple factors and statistics which will show why it was both a health and economic crisis in 2020 during the first wave.
The economy was down. Many people lost jobs.
Yes, people lost jobs. There was no livelihood. And we are talking about people across all strata, from daily wage workers to small businessmen to large businesses to professionals. Everybody kind of had some hit in terms of, or economic hit, I would say, in terms of livelihoods, if we had to put it in a larger bucket. Now, I think, with like around September, October last year, when people felt, things were improving and COVID had passed, a lot of the economy started opening up. Unfortunately, education, and when we are talking about schools and colleges, even today in December 2021, is a sector which has probably taken the largest hit. So although many other sectors in the economy have opened up, maybe they had to shut down again during the second lockdown. But, education has taken a huge hit. And now we are just seeing schools opening both across rural and urban India. So last year, when we were evaluating at the foundation and at HDFC what we should do in terms of helping or reinventing or reimagining what the education needs are, we felt things like access to internet, helping teachers out, access to devices, not just for the children, but even for teachers, mental and emotional well-being. Those were the core needs of the sector. However, now we are almost 20 months down, and we realize that with the second the second wave and the pandemic, which really hit us hard, everybody has only been talking about health and health infrastructure for the last 6-8 months. I think a lot of money in CSR has also gone, to support that. And it was a need, it is justified. But I think a lot of other things took a backseat. And today, I think if we look at the sector, the largest need we saw, which may not have been there last year, one was children, not being able to go back to school because parents' livelihoods have still been affected. And also, we feel that a huge amount of support needed on emotional and social well-being. And kids have actually just been out of school and education infrastructure. They are very fatigued and burnt out. We feel that, if you look at the rural area, the disparities between children going back to school, especially low-income private schools, many of them first-generation learners, they've just missed that opportunity. The girls being the largest component of this setback. And so with that, we really thought that bringing out a very meaningful scholarship program to support not just the children, but also their families, so that not just children go back to school, but if you look at our scholarship structure, it's also very flexible. And so we are saying that the funding that we provide can be used for anything to help you reintegrate and come back into the education system. And so we've even called it Project Badhte Kadam, which means progressing steps, because we really do want to see children completing their education, whether, those who entered college, those who are going from grade 9 to 10th, those who are going to 12th. We don't want to see them dropping out for lack of financial resources. And with that in mind, we tied up with Buddy for Study to start this program.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for your insight. In fact, you answered my questions that was to be after the first question also, as to why this Badhte Kadam name is there in the scholarship program. Because you want to help those students who wish to continue their study and who are facing trouble. So ST Parekh Foundation and HDFC Limited is helping them to pursue their dreams. That is what is, I believe, is meant by Badhte Kadam.
Yes. And in fact, this was a name which was started by one of our team members, Ujjwal. We thought it would be very apt to think of something which is progressive. And so even the scholarship that way, it's flexible, it's open. And so Badhte Kadam was actually the natural choice for us to brand this scholarship. And, keep it also very broad-based. So it's open to all children from rural and urban. Of course, you all will talk about the details, but, it ranges from 15,000 to 1 lakh. We also thought that it's very important for children who are pursuing undergrad professional courses, because we would see a lot of them dropping out and these courses are expensive. And we really do want to see a whole generation of children not just completing school, but also graduating, becoming financially independent, and becoming contributors to the economy through jobs or becoming entrepreneurs. And for that, they must graduate. And so we brought in this element of also supporting professional courses. in this particular scholarship scheme.
Right, right. So, ma'am, you know, you have launched this scholarship program. Obviously, many students will get benefited once we start the selection process and application closes, and when we start selection process. But the thing is that such scholarship programs also give a big hope to a number millions of students who are facing financial trouble, facing crisis, and who are actually not able to continue their education just because they cannot afford it, or their parents are not able to support it, right? So that is so. What is your message to those students now? Obviously, everybody will be many students will be filling application form. Many we will be able to select and will be able to offer scholarship also. But there will be a number of students who will be looking for this scholarship program. What is your message to all those students who are now looking to apply for this scholarship program and looking for such opportunities to so that they are helped for their educational opportunities?
So Ashish, you know, if you actually look at our foundation and our vision statement, we've always said that, you know, all our support to our partners, to communities, we don't just want to see them just surviving. You know, we want to see people thriving. And right. I think that is our vision statement. And that is exactly how we would want to see these children, you know, completing education. We want to see them thriving. We want to see them completing their graduation, become, many of them may be first generation learners in their family. Many may not be. Many of them, you know, will, especially the professional courses, we want them to complete them so that they can give back to the economy, not just through financial independence, but becoming a useful person and giving back to the job economy. So I think, you know, we'd also, I don't know if there's a feedback mechanism which has been built into this, but we would really like to hear from the students once we've actually closed out the application, to hear if we could have done things better, if we could have done something differently, and what their feedback, you know, has been. I think when we close it, we just love to hear that input so that we can always better this program in the future years. And also, you know, once people, so as I said, we're a housing finance company and we operate across India. Who knows, maybe some of these kids will also become first-time homeowners at some point in time.
Yeah, right,
you know, when they
definitely.
get jobs and livelihoods and they complete their graduation, and, you know, we'll see them at our branches getting loans for actually building their first homes. So, you know, that would be a really great and proud moment for us. And that's, of course, a very long term. We're looking at this 10, 15 years down the line. But at the end of the day, you know, no child should be deprived of a quality education for lack of resources and money. And I think that's where we really, that's the message we want to send. And we want all children to thrive.
Thank you. Thank you. So we are in fact, Buddy for Study is proud to be hosting this scholarship on our platform. And we will be helping students with application form also, along with what feedback you have suggested, that we should be compiling all the feedback and questions and queries that we'll be getting in probably in weeks to come when we are keeping this application form live. We'll obviously be compiling those feedback from student, parents, and all the stakeholders. And we'll be compiling and probably will be analyzing that with you just to imagine a much better way to do it in maybe in next year, and do it in much bigger way also, so that more and more students benefit from it, right?
Yes.
So thank you for all the insights. Coming to now the scholarship details. So as many students are watching this program live, this webinar, so we just wanted to tell our viewers that the good part about this scholarship is that it is open for all level of students, academic level. So right from class 9th level to 12th, there is a separate scholarship, and there is a separate bracket of benefit. There is a separate bracket, and benefit is also different. Again, also for undergraduate degree courses, there is a separate criteria and benefit. And there is a third bucket of professional degree courses. So I'll just describe a few details one by one, and then we'll request you all to just go on to buddyforstudy.com page wherein we have listed HDFC Limited's Badhte Kadam Scholarship. You will be able to find all the details related to eligibility, related to benefits, and also related to what are the documents that are required while you fill up these application form. So just to be brief about the 3 buckets of a scholarship that are available under this scholarship program, a few very important things that you have to keep in mind, that this scholarship is available for those students who are facing financial problems and who are below a certain family income criteria. So for example, students who are whose family earning is less than rupees 6 lakh are eligible to apply for this scholarship program. And in fact, all the 3 kind of scholarships that is being provided under this program. So also one of the very important point here is that this scholarship is for those students who are facing problems that is related to COVID. And basically for those students who have lost either of their parents or both the parents or their earning family members during the pandemic over last 20 months. Or also the students whose family members have lost their livelihood due to pandemic-related problems in their jobs, in their employment. So these are the broad criteria basis which this application form is open for the students. The benefits under this program is right from 20,000 for class 9 to 12 students, to 1 lakh for those students who are pursuing professional degree courses. For example, BTech, BE, or if they are pursuing MBBS program. So these students will be able to get a scholarship of rupees 1 lakh under this scholarship program. Also, very important for students to know that when you are applying for this scholarship program, you need to have a few documents ready, because those documents will be verified before reviewing your eligibility for before reviewing your fitness, or before a decision is made for students who will be finally getting this scholarship. So you should be ready with your mark sheet, whichever class you are, whichever category you are eligible for. For example, if you are filling application form for your for degree level program, you should be ready with your 12th class mark sheet. Then obviously the identity card, which can be your Aadhaar card, voter ID, anything. Apart from that, a very important document is your crisis related document. For example, if there is a death in the family, like your parents, if you have lost your parents, or there is any, if the earning family members have lost, you have lost earning family members, obviously the certificate or death certificate related to that will be required along with the application form. So these are the details. You must visit buddyfirststudy.com/page/HDFC Limited's Badhte Kadam Scholarship, and you will be able to find all the scholarship details. Also, there is a helpline number mentioned on that page where you can call if you have any doubt related to this program. And there is also an email ID, dedicated email ID for this program for students who wish to apply for this program. And if you have any doubt, you can just write on that email ID. Our team, who is working day and night on solving students' query related to this scholarship program, will get back to you with the answers for those queries. Now, very important, once you know what the details of this scholarship program, it's very important to understand as to how you will be applying for this scholarship program. So for this, I invite now my colleague Nipun Grover here, just to guide you through the step-by-step procedure towards applying for this scholarship program. So over to you, Nipun.
Thank you, Ashish ji. Welcome all, welcome to our Facebook Live session. And I'll be taking you through all the application form और कैसे आप लोग इस application form को भर सकते हैं easily, और हमारे रेगुलर यूजर्स को जिनके पास ऑलरेडी लॉगिन आईडी है बडी फॉर स्टडी का, उनके लिए ये बहुत इजी है। अदरवाइज अगर आप हमारे फर्स्ट टाइम यूजर हैं तो उसके लिए भी मैं आपको पूरा नॉलेज दूंगा। सो Ralika, can you please confirm is my screen is
yes
visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Thank you. So you just have to type Buddy for Study on your browser. जैसे ही आप Buddy for Study टाइप करते हैं आपके सामने हमारा होम पेज ओपन हो जाता है। होम पेज पे जाते ही आपको सर्च बॉक्स में HDFC Limited LTD आप सर्च करेंगे और आपके सामने ये स्कॉलरशिप्स का एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म का लिंक आ जाएगा। जैसे कि अभी आशीष जी ने आपको बताया था कि हमारे पास 3 अलग अलग कैटेगरीज हैं, प्रोफेशनल कोर्सेज, अंडर ग्रेजुएट जर्नल कोर्सेज एंड 10 to 12। सो आपका जो कैटेगरी आपके रिलेवेंट है आप उस कैटेगरी का फॉर्म ओपन कर सकते हैं। सो फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने 9 to 10 क्लास स्टूडेंट्स के लिए मैं अभी ये नॉलेज आपको दे रहा हूँ। जैसे ही आपने यहाँ से ओपन करा, पहले आप अबाउट दी प्रोग्राम आप प्लीज इसको पढ़ सकते हैं। HDFC के बारे में जैसे हमें जिया मैम ने इन्फॉर्म करा कि क्या एम है इस प्रोग्राम का, क्या हम इस प्रोग्राम से कैसे वो हेल्प करना चाहते हैं बच्चों की, तो यहाँ पे आप इसके बारे में और नॉलेज ले सकते हैं। देन आप जैसे ही स्क्रॉल डाउन करेंगे आपके सामने तीनों कैटेगरीज का फॉर्म यहाँ पे शो होगा। अप्लाई नाउ बटन पे टिक करने से पहले मैं सब बच्चों से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आप रीड मोर पे टिक करके पहले इसकी सारी इंफॉर्मेशन एक बार ही दोबारा से पढ़ लीजिए। तो यहाँ पे आप देखते हैं तो स्पेशल कंसिडरेशन है स्टूडेंट्स हु लॉस्ट देयर पेरेंट्स और अर्निंग मेंबर, families who lost their livelihood due to pandemic, अगर किसी के घर में जॉब लॉस हुआ है, जैसे काफी सारे बच्चे ऐसे होते हैं जिनके फादर डेली वेज वर्कर होते हैं और हमें पता है कि पैंडेमिक के दौरान उनको वो काम नहीं मिल पाया, काम बाहर नहीं जा पाए, तो वो जो लॉस हुआ है, जो बिजनेस लॉस हुए हैं, वो आप सब उसमें भी आपको हेल्प हो रहा है। आपको सिर्फ अपने डॉक्यूमेंटेशन प्रॉपर करना है और आप इस स्कॉलरशिप के लिए अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। यहाँ पे आप बेनिफिट भी पढ़ सकते हैं। बेनिफिट है 15,000 रुपीज फॉर रूरल स्टूडेंट्स एंड 20,000 रुपीज फॉर अर्बन स्टूडेंट, जो कि हम चेक कर सकते हैं आपके आधार कार्ड और आपके प्रूफ के अकॉर्डिंगली। डॉक्यूमेंट्स जैसे आशीष जी अभी ने बता रहे थे कि आपको डॉक्यूमेंट्स पहले रेडी रखने हैं सो दैट आप जब फॉर्म फिल करें तो आपके डॉक्यूमेंट्स आपके पास प्रॉपरली रेडी होने चाहिए। सो ये कुछ लिस्ट ऑफ डॉक्यूमेंट्स है जो कि कॉमन है दोनों और तीनों कैटेगरीज में। प्रीवियस क्लास मार्कशीट, गवर्नमेंट आइडेंटिटी प्रूफ, करंट ईयर एडमिशन प्रूफ, जैसे आपने फीस पे करा है, या फिर बोनाफाइड लेटर, स्टूडेंट आईडी कार्ड, एडमिशन लेटर। अभी रिसेंटली एडमिशन हुए हैं, अगर हम ग्रेजुएशन की बात करें, कुछ कोर्सेज के एडमिशन बहुत ही रिसेंट हुए हैं, हो सकता है बच्चों ने फीस नहीं पे करा होगा, तो आप एक एडमिशन लेटर जहाँ पे कॉलेज ने कंफर्म कर दिया है कि आपको एडमिशन मिल गया है, तो वो एडमिशन लेटर आप सबमिट कर सकते हैं। क्राइसिस डॉक्यूमेंट, अगर जॉब लॉस है तो जॉब लॉस का डॉक्यूमेंट, डेथ है तो डेथ सर्टिफिकेट आपको प्रेजेंट करना है। बैंक अकाउंट का इंफॉर्मेशन, जैसे कि अगर कोई भी एप्लीकेंट अगर लेस देन 18 ईयर्स है, माइनर एज में है, तो अगर अकाउंट नहीं है आपके पास तो पेरेंट्स का अकाउंट भी आप प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, फादर का या मदर का। और इन केस अगर आप मेजर हैं तो आप ही के अकाउंट में स्कॉलरशिप अमाउंट ट्रांसफर होगा। सो मेजर स्टूडेंट्स जो भी 18 ईयर्स एंड अबव है उनको अपना ही अकाउंट डिटेल शेयर करना पड़ेगा, वहां पे पेरेंट्स के अकाउंट में ट्रांसफर नहीं होता है स्कॉलरशिप अमाउंट। सो अप्लाई नाउ बटन पे आप जैसे ही टिक करेंगे आपके पास ये नेक्स्ट पेज ओपन होगा जहां पे डेडलाइन है एंड आपका इंस्ट्रक्शंस वही सेम है, आप एक बार दोबारा से पढ़ सकते हैं। देन स्टार्ट एप्लीकेशन बटन पे टिक करके आपको एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म सबमिट करना है। एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म में अगर आप देखेंगे बहुत ही कॉमन एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म है, जैसे बडी फॉर स्टडी में हमेशा होता है, जो हमारे रेगुलर यूजर्स हैं उनके लिए बताना चाहूंगा, और जो न्यू यूजर है उनके लिए मैं इसको पूरा एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूँ। एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म में सबसे फर्स्ट स्टेप है स्टूडेंट पर्सनल डिटेल। यहाँ पर्सनल डिटेल में आप नेम, ईमेल आईडी, ऑल्टरनेट मोबाइल नंबर, डेट ऑफ बर्थ, आधार नंबर, ये सब डिटेल आप फिल करेंगे। जैसे ही आप यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं पेंडिंग है, सो यू हैव टू इंश्योर कि आप सेव एंड कंटिन्यू करके हर सेक्शन को ग्रीन टिक कंप्लीटेड पे लेके जाएं। उसके बाद स्टूडेंट पर्सनल डिटेल के बाद एजुकेशन इज द नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन। यहाँ पे आप एजुकेशन डिटेल फिल करेंगे, आपका जो सा क्लास है उस क्लास का डिटेल फिल करेंगे। देन फैमिली मेंबर डिटेल्स, आपका फैमिली मेंबर, अर्निंग फैमिली मेंबर, अभी आपके घर में कौन है, उनका नेम, उनका एनुअल इनकम, ऑक्यूपेशन आप यहाँ से सेलेक्ट कर सकते हैं। एंड देन आपको डॉक्यूमेंट्स अपलोड करना है, बैंक डिटेल्स, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया आपको बैंक डिटेल्स फिल करने हैं, IFSC कोड आप फिल करेंगे, बैंक नेम एंड ब्रांच नेम अपने आप पिक हो जाता है। एंड ये कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं जो आपको इंश्योर करने हैं कि आप मैंडेटरी क्वेश्चंस का आंसर जरूर दें। सो यहाँ पे हाउ डिड यू गेट टू नो अबाउट दिस स्कॉलरशिप? सो अगर आपको किसी फ्रेंड्स या फैमिली मेंबर ने आपको सजेस्ट करा है, सो आप रेफर्ड बाय फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली। अगर आपको किसी एनजीओ ने, जो कि HDFC लिमिटेड के साथ जो एनजीओ जुड़े हुए हैं, जो हमेशा काम करते हैं अदर CSR प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए भी, अगर आप उनके साथ जुड़े हुए हैं तो आप एनजीओ सेलेक्ट करके आपको यहाँ पे एनजीओ का नाम फिल करना पड़ेगा, जैसे कि मैं फिल कर रहा हूँ लाइक बडी फॉर स्टडी इंडिया फाउंडेशन, राइट। देन मैसेज थ्रू व्हाट्सएप, इंटरनेट, न्यूज़पेपर, HDFC एम्प्लॉय, अगर आपको जैसे भी आपको नॉलेज मिला है स्कॉलरशिप के बारे में आपको वो फिल करना है। देन ये कुछ क्वेश्चन है, इन केस ऑफ डेथ ऑफ अर्निंग मेंबर, डेथ आपके घर में किसका हुआ है, फादर का, मदर का, डेथ का ईयर क्या है, कॉज ऑफ डेथ क्या है, ये आपको यहाँ पे सारा फिल करना है। ये सारे क्वेश्चंस आपकी कैटेगरी के वाइज है। देन नेक्स्ट मैं लास्ट में बताना चाहूंगा, जैसे अभी हम डिस्कशन हो रहा था हमारा कि क्या बच्चों को डिफिकल्टीज फेस हुआ, कैसे आप लोगों को प्रॉब्लम, और हम इस स्कॉलरशिप प्रोग्राम को और अच्छा कर सके। सो यहाँ पे आपको ये भी फिल करना है, डिड यू फेस एनी डिफिकल्टी इन फिलिंग अप दिस फॉर्म। अगर आपको कोई डिफिकल्टी फेस हुआ है, यस, तो क्या आपको डिफिकल्टी फेस हुआ है वो आप हमें बताइए, ताकि हम अपने इस प्रोग्राम को, इस एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म को इम्प्रूव कर सके। अगर नहीं हुआ है कोई डिफिकल्टी तो आप नो सेलेक्ट कर सकते हैं। सारे स्क्रीन होने चाहिए एंड देन यू कैन सबमिट द फॉर्म।
Thank you. Thank you, Nipun. Thank you for taking us through the application process. I hope this would be very helpful for students who are looking to apply for this program. For those who have not been able to watch this webinar, we'll also be putting the YouTube video on this webinar, so that you can just go through it and understand what the application process is, and also the thought behind this scholarship program. Can I request now Varalika to just we have time to take just a couple of questions from the live session that is on Facebook. So is there any question, Varalika?
Yes, sir. So we'll quickly be taking, I think, the top 3 to 4 questions.
Yes, please, quickly.
And for the rest of the questions, I would like to say that we'd be replying to you duly on Facebook itself.
Yes.
But जो questions मैं ले रही हूँ, ये most probably सबसे ज़्यादा students को help करेंगे, ये सबसे general और important questions हैं. So the first question is from Bhagya Lakshmi, and she has asked that, ma'am, can you please tell how can a daily wage worker submit his job loss certificate for this scholarship, because my father is a daily wage worker.
Okay, so probably Nipun can answer this question.
Sure. So Bhagyashri, like as we all know, daily wage workers do not have any appointment letter or something. So what you have to do is you just go to the notarized officer, a notary office nearby your place. There would be a court. Just go to that and get this certificate duly signed and stamped from the court and the notarized officer that your parent had faced such kind of problem during the pandemic, and the duration of that, कि वो कब से हुआ है, अगस्त से लेके सितंबर, जो भी ईयर में हुआ है वो आप पूरा उसमें करवा के साइंड एंड स्टैंप लाइए, and then our team will verify that document. In case we need anything else from your side, we'll let you know. Otherwise, this document is acceptable from our end.
Great.
So yes, there is another query, and there are some 2 to 3 students who have asked about this, that is there any chance for postgraduate students or any exception for postgraduate students too?
Yes, so Varalika, as we were discussing in the very beginning of this session, we'll be taking all this feedback that we are getting from students, from parents. Currently, this scholarship program is till undergraduate program only. So we are supporting through this scholarship program general graduation students, and also students who are pursuing professional courses at UG level, right? So this time it is not applicable for postgraduate students, but definitely we are taking this feedback and will be sharing with the team of HDFC Limited. Yeah, thank you.
And sir, so there's one more question. This is also a very general question, which a lot of students, especially who are applying for this particular scholarship, ask. So I'm just taking one question out of that by this girl called Manasvi Mane. She's in standard 9th and she's applied for the scholarship as her father expired due to COVID on 25th April. She's asking that I haven't received any response. So how do I know that I've done it correctly and I haven't received any response?
Okay, so thank you. First of all, we from Buddy for Study team, we would like to thank her to that she has taken a step forward and she is still up, despite of the crisis that she is facing, she is looking forward to continuing her education. So we are all here to support her. She must have applied for one program, but I would encourage her to apply for another program, especially this HDFC Limited's Badhte Kadam Scholarship Program. And we hope that she gets selected and receives some support for her education. So please don't be discouraged. You must have applied to one scholarship program or a couple of scholarship program. Please continue applying. There are a number of opportunities available under this particular scholarship program. And hopefully, since we are looking for students who are facing problem, who have lost their parents, so probably you will definitely get support for your education if you apply for this scholarship program.
All right, sir.
Yeah. So any last question, Varalika?
We can take one more question, and maybe somebody from the HDFC team can also pitch in to answer.
Yes.
And the question is, can I apply for this scholarship if I have lost my father in 2007? I am an undergraduate student.
Totally, I don't see why you cannot. Okay. Please do consider.
Okay, all right. So even if you have, so what Ms. Jia Lalkar is saying, that even if you have lost your parents in earlier, even before COVID, and you need support to continue your education, definitely you should be applying, and our team would be looking into the application forms. So thank you, Varalika, for all the questions, and we would like to ensure students that we'll be replying to your questions on our page also. You can also call us on the helpline number that is provided on the brand page. And thank you for these questions. Now, my last
Ashish,
question.
I'd just like to say one last thing.
Yes.
As I was hearing the webinar, I'd just like to reiterate that and explain to all the students, jo koi bhi hai aaj,
yes.
The reason we started this scholarship is due to a lot of financial distress and other economic difficulties which started as a result of COVID. But
Right.
there will be thousands and lakhs of children across the country who even pre-COVID may have a lot of other reasons, like the one which was explained here, due
Right.
to which the family is in economic difficulty. So
Correct.
although COVID was the impetus which made us think about this a little more in detail and launch this program, it is
Right.
not a COVID specific program. So, if you have very unfortunately lost either one or both of your working members, family members during COVID, yes, you would definitely be eligible. But even if there has been other, kinds of financial stress and loss on your families pre-COVID, you are eligible to apply for this scholarship. So COVID has just made many things more difficult for families, but it's not that, families have not been going through difficult times pre-COVID. So please,
Right.
let's reiterate that and make that clear during the webinar.
Sure. Thank you. And one last message, ma'am, from your side to all the students who are watching, and also those who will be watching this video after once we are done with this live session. What is your message to those students who are in stress, who are facing problems, and they are not able to see any hope in their life now, since they don't have means to pursue their education? What is your message to them? What should be they doing?
So Ashish, I think I'll let Sweetie and Ujjwal, chip in on this.
Yes.
Like I've spoken a lot, so they have been the ones on the ground. They conceived this program. They've been running this program. So Sweetie, Ujjwal, why don't you all take the final question, please?
Yes, Sweetie. So any message to those students who have lost hope and who are on the verge of dropping off from the formal education, who don't see any kind of support? What is your message to them? What should be the motivation for them to continue?
So Ashish, I think it was very recently that one of our partners that we were talking to was saying that the last 2 years where schools have been shut, it's not a learning loss, but it has been a loss of childhood for a lot of students.
Correct.
So
correct.
for us, that is something that we definitely want to address and help in any way that we can. That and hope is, I think, central and the essence of childhood. Hope and the ability to dream and the ability to aspire. Our contribution may be very, very small, but even if that little bit we can do, and we believe that children are resilient. That resilience just needs to be supported and nurtured. So there's absolutely I don't see that given that support and given that ecosystem, our children will bounce back. And that's exactly why we are doing this, to protect their dreams, to protect aspirations, and ensure that their innate strength and ability to bounce back is kept intact. It's nothing that we are doing. It's already there. They have it in them. So it's nothing that we are creating. And we strongly believe that. I've got Ujjwal here with me as well. And when we both work on the program, I think that's...
Sure. Yes, Ujjwal, please.
Yeah, Ashish, it was a very fundamental question which you actually asked, that what about those students who have not been able to make to any kind of scholarship program? And I would really concur with Sweetie on that, hope is the fundamental force which will actually drive students to figure out their next steps as such. And I think it is the onus of not just a scholarship program of this nature, but adults anywhere and everywhere to be really sensitive to the aspirations and to the dreams of these students as such, and not to take knee-jerk reaction that aapne 8वीं kar liya, but there is some to leave that job and just switch over, leave your schooling and switch over to some job or something. So I guess we need support systems actually at every community level. This kind of a support system has to be there at a local level, and not something which is 500,000 kilometers away from the home of the child, because we will only be able to do a little bit actually, because we have a very big population to look after, and I guess only collectively it can be done successfully. So, and let's pitch in at whatever level we can, and we should be trying to do our best. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Ujjwal, and thank you, Sweetie. Thank you, Ms. Jia. I hope your message, this program, and everything together will give lots of hope to students who are facing problem and looking to continue their education. Also, your message to students that they should be taking the first step, and then there is Badhte Kadam, and then they will keep taking the next steps. So that is what the message comes from this program. Thank you so much for joining this wonderful session and helping our students, our audience, to understand more about this scholarship program. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for all audience to be in this session. With this, we conclude this session. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.